Okay, we're gonna perform a lensometry. How about that? All right. So I already got the glasses in place, and we got them on the stage already clipped on there and appropriately aligned. So we can see we've got the different rings here on the inside of the lensometer, and you can see that we've got three very thin lines real close together and three thick lines kind of further away from each other. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to simultaneously move the axis drum and the power drum at the same time, and we're looking to focus the smaller three lines first. So as we move it, see how it's getting there? Looks like it's about focused right about there. So you notice the three lines are pretty much focused. If you move the axis drum, you can kind of see that it kind of goes out of focus. So we want it in focus there. There you go. Right around there. So then we would write down this number first. So we're looking at about, let's see here, about a 1, -1. So we'll write down a -1, and we'll leave the axis drum alone. Then we're gonna go ahead and move to focus the three lines, but they're pretty much already focused, so probably just needs to move just a little bit. So if we move away from us, it means we're in minus cylinder, so that gets blurry. We move towards us, means we're in plus cylinder. And it looks like it sharpens up right about there. Yeah, so that will give us, it's close enough to a 50. So we actually moved from a -1 to a -50. So now that is your cylinder power, and you move in the plus direction, so that's your actual final cylinder power. So this prescription is a -1 plus 50 at 165 is the axis. Okay, here's another sample. Here's got quite a big difference in the way it looks compared to the other one. So the reason for that is this one has quite a lot more cylinder. You can see that the three small lines are out of focus, and then the three larger lines are also out of focus. So same kind of thing, we're gonna play with the power drum and the axis drum at the same time, and we're gonna start getting focus. So that looks like it's getting more focus there. Let's see here. And you can kind of see that there's three little lines, and as we move the axis drum, you see those lines kind of move. So you want those actually aligned with the three big lines, right about there. And then we want to, again, we talked about getting the three thin lines first. And you can kind of see those same lines are there too. See them moving there, right there, good. So let's go ahead and focus this just a little more finely. So that looks pretty well sharpened there. So here we've got a plus, we're on the black numbers, plus 175. So that's our first number, because we got the three small lines, that's the sphere. Then we're gonna go ahead and move the drum. If we move this way, so towards you, you're going more plus, so you're in plus cylinder. And if you move away from you, you're going more minus, that's minus cylinder. So if we move towards us, you notice that the three big lines don't get any better, so we're going the wrong direction. Let's move the other way. And they look pretty much clear there. So we're here at a -1/4 or so. So remember we talk about, sorry, now, yeah, -1/4, between -1/4 and -50. So we talk about the difference. So how far did you travel from where we started? So we started at a 175, and from a 175 to a -1/4, that's about a 2 to 225. Again, it's just subjective difference. So that's a cylinder. So let's say a -225, and then do we go more minus or do we go more plus to get to that? Do we want more minus? We're in the minus direction, so that's a -225, and our axis is about a 6 on the other side. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and read and add power on this power wheel. This is the same prescription that we had gotten earlier, the plus 175 minus 225 at 006. So we're gonna start with the sphere power. So we had started at around 175, that's our sphere power. And we moved the lenses up to the center of the bifocal. So now we're gonna go ahead and read the add power to that bifocal. So we talked about how add is you're adding a prescription. So obviously we're gonna go in the plus direction, moving the drum towards us, okay? So as we move the drum towards us, we'll notice that the three little thin lines get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper until about right around there. So it looks like we're at a 450. So again, the difference from where we started to where we stopped, that's you're gonna be your add power, and you're gonna make it, so this one will be a 275 since we started at a 175. It'll be a 275 add. Okay, here's another higher sill patient. This is a progressive lens. So on progressives, you want to make sure we're kind of as centered as possible. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to rotate the power drum. And again, you see those really, really bright lines there. You're going to want those focused, either superimposed either on the three big lines or the three little lines. So let's kind of see how this goes. And you see if you kind of move them, you can play with the way they look. See right there. Looks pretty good. Now let's focus our three lines. And again, if you defocus just a little bit, you can kind of see how they are not, lined up there. So you can kind of readjust your focusing here. Good, to refine your axis. And then you're gonna find your sphere. And it looks like our sphere here is about a 225. That's our sphere. So then we're gonna go ahead and move to the axis portion. Again, this is like the other lens. The axis is a little bit, the cylinder is a little more some of the other lenses I showed you. So we're gonna move, if we move towards us, it's more plus. Doesn't really help us, right? So we move away from us, that's more minus, and it's pretty sharp there. So then that is our ending number of plus 50. So we started at a plus 225. Now we're at a plus 50. That means it's a minus 175 difference in the more minus direction. We went this way. We moved the drum away from us. So, and then our axis is 91 or so. So the prescription here is a plus 2 plus 175 at 91.